door of police chiefs. We've had, I think, 4 in the last 4 years.
Residents in Mantua may be feeling like they've been left out in the dark tonight after their police chief's mysterious dismissal and several officers responding with their own resignations. All of this happening now as the town battles a major budget shortfall.
While city leaders aren't saying much about where they're coming up short, Northern Utah specialist Mike Anderson explains why a drop in speeding tickets is getting a large part of the blame.
Yeah, this stretch of Highway 89 here is well known to many as a so-called speed trap. Back in 2015, the police department here in Mantua wrote over $430,000 in tickets, and that number has been going down ever since.
At least for now, you won't see a Mantua police officer watching speeds along this stretch of Highway 89. In fact, they haven't been seen here nearly as much in recent months.
They've been more into the community policing. You see them around town a lot more.
Jennifer Gardner says that's because they've recently taken on a different focus.
I like their visibility. I like that they've been more active in the community.
But what surprised Gardner and a lot of other people here is when the relatively new police chief, Michael Castro, suddenly disappeared.
The only reason why anybody even got wind of this in town was because of a Facebook post. No one in town had any idea.
A source within Mantua City tells KSL that officers were being pressured to bring in more revenues through writing more tickets. But they say Castro and other staffers were not on board with ticket quotas. The source also says officers were penalized when ticket revenues went down, having take-home vehicles and their budget for training taken away.
I was in a work budget meeting last week, and it was mentioned that the police department was not earning their keep.
Gardner says there needs to be a change in the way the town is run, and in the interest of full disclosure, she does intend to run for mayor in the fall. She's concerned Castro may have been punished for trying to do the right thing.
He seemed to love the town. He was genuinely interested.
And the former Chief Castro did say briefly in a statement that he loves Mantua and that he was honored to build a police agency that represented nothing short of excellence, professionalism, and a sense of community. He also says it's a shame the way things played out, but he's hopeful that it will bring about a much-needed change in the future here. Mike Anderson, KSL 5 News.
Mike, thank you. And you may recall this isn't the first time that the Mantua Police Department has dealt with some controversy. Earlier this month, we told you about a ticketing problem that Mike mentioned. And when we reached out to the department, we were told that the department spokesperson couldn't speak with us because all non-essential police duties were being cut due to budget problems. The KSL investigators looked into a similar issue a year ago, a time when parking tickets written in Mantua had gone way up. At the peak in 2015, Mantua wrote over $430,000 in tickets. Now that number drew the attention of some state senators who the next year tried to pass a law limiting the revenue municipalities could bring in for traffic citations per capita. That didn't pass the House, but those revenues in Mantua have been going down since. Earlier this month, Police Chief Castro told KSL in an email that they ticket like any other police department. Well, new at 6.